Hey everyone, and welcome back to WooWoo Wednesday, where I share my intuitive insight and weekly wisdom with you through the use of oracle cards. I'll be using a brand new Shine from the Inside oracle deck because we just gave them away on our trip to Chicago. So I am excited to be here because tomorrow we have a new moon in Scorpio, and new moons are the perfect time to create a new direction, a new chapter. And with it being Mercury retrograde during this time of a Scorpio new moon, this energy is all about revisiting areas of your life that you've put on pause or put on hold, that weren't ready to be released, that weren't ready to be brought to life. And now that you've done some of the healing work, the shadow work, which is absolutely everything we talked about today inside the Elevated Life Club, where we integrate and we become whole. We've done the healing work, and wholeness comes after healing. So I am excited to see what comes up in the cards for Scorpio season, but also this new moon and retrograde energy of being able to revise and revisit areas of our life that maybe we weren't ready for. So just take a moment to say hello if you're here live. I've got my brand new deck ready to go, clearing the energy. And before we do that, I'm going to bring a little bit of magic into today's call. I only have a very short period. I've got a coaching call in about 12 minutes. So I'm going to do my best to really make this potent and short. And you know, that's what I'm not good at. I love to talk, especially during a good Mercury retrograde. I feel like that energy of communication always wants to come through. So before we begin today with our oracle card reading, I'm going to play a little bit of sound healing for you, my sound bowl in the F sharp. This is attuned to our high heart chakra. This is connected to our thyroid. So I'm going to play this with the intention that you clear out any blockages that you've been holding on to that we release during retrograde, anything that you've been resistant to, allowing new opportunities, new ideas, and new direction and new vision in, but maybe you've been afraid, maybe you've been holding yourself back. So my intention is that this sound clearing will help to release and remove all that no longer serves. So if you're ready, drop a I'm ready in the chat, say hello. Hi from Norway. How exciting. That's so fun. All right, everyone take a big deep breath in, fill up your lungs, and then exhale, sigh it out. Closing down your eyes, just allowing yourself to soak up this beautiful healing energy. Inhaling a beautiful white glowing light into the body, wrapping up your aura, and then sending a wave of relaxation all the way down to the tips of the toes, allowing all the energy that you've picked up to be released, to be cleansed, and to be transmuted. One more big, beautiful breath in. Fill up those lungs. Clear out that heart energy with a big, beautiful, deep breath in. Fill up your whole body, every cell, every aura, every space of your internal world, your physical body. Filling it with that beautiful white glowing light. And then exhale, sigh it out. Let go what no longer serves you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just clearing all that energy that no longer serves. Let it go. One more big inhale, and then as you exhale, just imagine all that energy that no longer serves you to be washed away with this beautiful breath. Amazing. All right, we'll drop her off and then pull a couple cards for our new moon in Scorpio. This is a season of rebirth and transformation. This is about allowing those old parts of yourself that you've neglected to be fully released, so that they're no longer leaking that energy that you are trying to nurture other parts of your life with. So what message do we need to hear most for this new moon and Scorpio season, where we can release, rebirth, and reintegrate in our highest timeline? All right, we've got our first card. Ooh, second and third card. Love that. All right, we'll pop those off to the side. The first card that comes up for this new moon in Scorpio is celebrate yourself. You deserve it. This is such a beautiful reminder that you've come so freaking far. You've put in the hard work. You've given yourself grace and space through this growing process. And now it's time to actually stop and reflect on how far you've come. So when I see the celebrate yourself, you deserve it card, this card is a reminder that basically no one's going to come celebrate your milestones for you with like big fancy balloons and sparklers unless you've cultivated a kick-ass community and a beautiful partner. However, this card is a reminder that we don't have to wait for those big milestones. We don't have to wait to be seen or celebrated by someone else. This is saying that you deserve celebration in every single step of the journey. So I want to know, what is one small step you are celebrating that you've taken? Or maybe it's a huge step. Maybe you finally left that narcissist partner, or you finally completed college, or you started that job, or you forgave your mom. Like, what is something that you're celebrating right now? Because you absolutely deserve the recognition. So let's shout you out by dropping that in the comments below. Hey, Jade. Hey, Ryan. It's good to see everyone. Hello, darling. Catherine's in the house. Oh my gosh, so good to see everyone. So celebrate yourself. You deserve it. With this new moon in Scorpio, it's the perfect time to rewrite this chapter. Instead of like, oh my God, this season was so freaking hard. Although it was, let's acknowledge that. But let's reward ourselves with the celebration of how far we've come, who we became in the process of this growth. So what are you celebrating? Drop that in the comments below. I want to know before we move on to the next card. I'm going to pull up the chat over here and see what you guys are celebrating. One thing I am celebrating is that after 19 years of being with Chris, every single day of my whole life, I've never left him. I went on my very first, I say solo trip because I did fly by myself, but I did meet a friend to check out a beautiful new retreat space in Michigan. So I'm celebrating that I'm not as codependent as I thought. I actually can go to the airport and do all the things and take care of myself without Chris being there at every step of the way to be like, did you have your tea this morning? Have you taken your vitamins? Like, he's always so good to me. So it was really nice to celebrate. Like, I am not as codependent as I thought. I can do it all myself. So that's what I'm celebrating. Birthday week 33 is going to be magical. Happy birthday, Jade. Literally, I can't believe you're turning 33. Like, when did we start working together? You had to have been in like your mid 20s or late 20s. I'm just so proud of you and the growth and the healing and like engaged and planning weddings. And like, it's just so freaking cool to see how much you've grown, babe. I'm definitely celebrating that. Oh, sorry, I just went back to like even thinking about some of our coaching calls and the overthinking and like learning how to trust your intuition and like to see where you are now as like just this beautiful like soul aligned Reiki magic making stylist with your own salon space. Like, I just so freaking proud. It was Saturday, and yes, it was. I was 27. Oh, talk about Saturn return. That is so powerful. Okay, and speaking of coaching, I have a call in 5 minutes, so let's lock back in. The next card for you in this new moon and Scorpio season is all about allowing unlimited abundance. So not just time and money and resources, but also the abundance of health, the abundance of peace, the abundance of joy. I think when we think about allow unlimited abundance, especially when you see like all of the beautiful crystals and we think of like money and all of that, this is a great reminder that when you put yourself in the state of allowing, that is such a divine feminine quality of being able to receive, being open. So if you're someone who's been asking for new opportunities, new relationship, new timeline, new everything, but you're not allowing that abundance to come in or a change in direction, then this is saying you need to take a moment to tune into your heart space, like we cleared out with the sound bowl earlier. Clear out the resistance, clear out the stories that say, I don't deserve it, or it's not meant for me, or I'm not worthy enough. This is saying it is time. All you have to do is just allow. You've already done all the seed planting. Now let it come to you. You've nailed step one of the manifestation process, and that is getting clear, having clarity. But the second step that most people get stuck on is the allowing part. Step one, we decide. Step two, we open up and receive, and we allow that the gift that we're asking for in. And so many of us feel like we need proof, or we need to have this crazy output, or we're not worthy if we're not doing X, Y, Z. This is just saying all you have to do is just simply open up and say, I'm ready to receive. I'll never forget standing on top of a mountain in Aspen, Colorado with Ellen Miller, who was the first American woman to summit Mount Everest from the north and south side. She's a very accomplished mountaineer. In fact, she trains the Olympic mountaineering team. And so when we were doing a hike with her, it was at 5 a.m. And I was saying earlier in the elevated life, I'm like, that is not me. I'm not a 5 a.m. kind of gal. And that was pushing me outside my comfort zone. And I'll never forget going on this hike, pushing myself outside my comfort zone, waking up at the butt crack of dawn to hike this mountain. When we got to the top, she handed us all these Tibetan prayer flags. And she said, I want you to write your intention. And I don't know who or what wrote through me, but that day in like 2014 at Wanderlust Yoga Festival, I wrote, I now accept my role as a spiritual teacher. I'm sorry, what did she just say? I now accept my role as a spiritual teacher, because I had felt that resistance of like, I'm asking to help support more people. I'm asking to teach more people self-love. I'm asking to show up in a bigger way from beyond just behind the chair as a hairstylist, but I wasn't allowing for it to happen. I was asking for it, but I wasn't allowing it. So I share that story just as a reminder that you might be one internal shift away from saying like, I know that I'm meant for more and I want to impact and help people, but you're just not allowing those people and opportunities to come in because we're saying like, I'm not ready yet, or I'm afraid, or what if I fail, or whatever the story is you're telling yourself. This is saying you have already planted the seed. Now just allow it, babe. Like, allow it in. And then the last card, 5 a.m. I know I'm not a 5 a.m. girl at all. Oh gosh, the last card for this new moon in Scorpio is to ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. I'm going to just pull this up on both screens. Ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. So where in your life could you use a little bit more assistance, some support? I think this is a really interesting reading for the Scorpio new moon, is about celebrating yourself. You deserve it, allowing unlimited abundance, and then asking for help. It doesn't make you weak. These are a powerful reminder that we cannot do this alone, that our healing is, although it may feel lonely, it is so important to have the tribe and the community around you that can lift you up, whether that's an aligned spiritual mentor or coach, or it's like a community like the Elevated Life where we all got on the call live today and we worked through shadow work. We did the hypnosis process together. We worked through the journaling prompts. We gave you our elevators the light framework, the 5-step framework to move from awareness to that integration and embodiment. So knowing that you don't have to do this alone, whether it's building a house or building a business or birthing a baby, okay, we can't do it by ourselves. So what area in your life could you use more help? Where could you ask for help? So I would encourage you and challenge you to drop that in the comments or hit reply to my email and just let me know, where do you need help? Because I've been hosting community events for almost 2 decades. And I have come across so many incredible, amazing women and healers and leaders that want to support and help each other, but they don't know that they can help you if they don't know where they need, if they don't know you need help. So this is essentially a call to action for you to drop, where can I use some support in my life? Maybe you need a housekeeper. Maybe you need someone who runs your ads. Maybe you need someone to walk your dog. Maybe you need someone to help homeschool your kid. I mean, it could be literally anything, whether it's business or personal. Where do you need help? Just one area. Think about where you could delegate or ask for help that will lighten up some of the energetic load that you've been placing on yourself because you felt like, I need to do it all myself. No one can do it like me, Miss Independent. So where in your life can you ask for help? Ooh, yes, that's where I am becoming a spiritual teacher beyond the therapy world. That is beautiful. Hi, Claire. Hello, Catherine. So good to see you guys. So I want to know, what area in your life could you ask for help? It does not make you weak. It actually helps to strengthen not only you, but the person that is supporting you, because you're doing it together. You're allowing their strengths and talents to fill in those gaps in areas where you might feel weak or inadequate. I'm not good at everything. That's for damn sure. So there are certainly people I call on when I need that type of support or help. And I think it's important for you to recognize that you can't do it all alone. You can't do it all by yourself, sis. And that if you want to go far, fast, you have to do it together. And so I encourage you to, whatever that area, and maybe it doesn't come to mind. You're not like, oh my God, I definitely need a housekeeper. Oh, I need someone to help write my copy. Or, oh, I need a spiritual teacher to hold space for shadow work that we did today in the Elevated Life. Even if you don't know where that area in your life is, this is your invitation to start thinking about, where could I ask for more support? Where could I allow that unlimited abundance of help, support, and energy into my life? And lastly, what are you celebrating this season? You have come so far and you deserve to feel that sense of personal recognition, not external recognition, because that is fleeting and it only lasts for like 2.4 seconds. When you give yourself the celebration and you honor how far you've come and you recognize that you deserve to take up space and be here, that is when I believe that real celebrate yourself energy can finally, you can finally allow the unlimited abundance that you have worked so hard for. So know that you don't have to do this alone, that your healing doesn't have to be lonely, even though it is a personal inside job. You can actually lean on people throughout the process to make it a lot easier. Okay, this has been beautiful. I am past my time. I told y'all I was going to do that. I'm so bad. I've got a coaching call. I love you so much. I've got to jump off of here. If you loved this message, please tag a soul sister, share it, spread the sparkle magic, the good vibes, and know that I am with you this beautiful new moon in Scorpio. You are reintegrating the parts of yourself that you have released and dropped off somewhere, that you weren't ready to do the healing work, but now it is the time. So I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on the beautiful success and the growth that you've gone through this year. A 9-year ain't easy, and we're so close. We're so close to wrapping this year up. So give yourself permission, grace, and space to be able to process the healing so that you can become whole. All right. I love you guys. Gots to go. Until then, I will see you next week. Peace, everyone. Bye.